Hi there. Welcome to the Notorious Needle. I'm Sarah.
I'm Bridget.
And on this channel, we talk about cross stitch.
Yes, we do.
This is our Flosstube where we share with you what we've been stitching lately. And sometimes we swear.
A lot.
And sometimes we talk about politics from a liberal perspective. So you have been warned.
Exactly.
So let's go ahead and get started. First thing we do is we do a giveaway every Flosstube. And the winner, so this is what we gave away last time. This is called Gingham Flower by October House Fiber Arts. The designer is Robin Stample. And the winner is at Betsy Nolan. Betsy wrote, "What a beautiful flower. Lovely seeing your video again and reminding me about the vote as if Sal." More on that later.
Yeah.
Thanks, Betsy, for watching, and we'll get this into the mail to you.
Great.
Yay. Okay, so the next thing is announcements. And for the announcements, we're going to do the giveaway.
Which means you don't actually have to watch to the end. So
right, normally we do the giveaways in the middle randomly of the video, but we're going to do this now because we have something very, very special. Would you like to hold this up, Bridget?
Yeah, but if you don't watch till the end, I'll know it. So what we're giving away is
this is Mist by Witch's Garden Crafts. This is the fabric that is used in the Vote as If Sal running right now through the Notorious Needle. And this Michelle at Witch's Garden Crafts designed this colorway specifically for this stitch along. So we have 3 pieces of this fabric to give away.
So you're giving away 3.
Yep. Bridget is holding up the 14 count.
Wow.
Michelle also gave us 28 count linen.
Nice.
And 16 count Aida. And then the 14 count is Aida as well.
And you'll notice that the fabrics are going to have a slightly different pattern because when you do things by hand, they're each unique.
Not only that, but different fabrics dye slightly differently. So the linen and the Aida are going to look a little bit different.
But they're still perfect for the Vote as If. And don't panic if you already bought the fabric for the Vote as If because, honey, you can use this for anything.
Yes, and with these, we are also giving away, combined with the fabric, is 3 free copies of the Vote as If stitch along.
Oh my God. You are so generous. So this is a bonanza.
This is a woohoo, big giveaway.
It is a big giveaway. 3 patterns and 3
patterns and 3 pieces of fabric. Wow. And the fabric was given by Michelle. So
wow.
Shout out to Michelle.
Thank you.
So in order to get one of these, use the word mist in a sentence in the comments of this video. Please complete the Google form so that I can get this in the mail to you without going back and forth with your address. The Google form is only used for these giveaways. I don't use it to spam you with mail.
And we don't sell it, so you're safe. You're safe.
Please be over the age of 18. And you must be in the contiguous 48 United States, so I can ship this to you pretty easily. Use the giveaway word only once in the comment, by the way. Also, please be a subscriber. Some disclaimers. This giveaway has no monetary value. If the fabric is lost in the mail, it will not be replaced, and Notorious Needle cannot be held responsible. And YouTube is not associated with this giveaway in any way, shape, or form.
And neither are the design of the, neither is Witch's Garden Crafts.
Right. Right. Yes, they are.
Well, I mean, she gave you the fabric.
Yes, she gave you the fabric and said, do what you will. So in addition to using the word mist, I want you to specify in order of priority which fabric you would like, because each winner will get 1 piece of fabric and 1 free copy of the SAL. If you've already purchased the SAL, I will refund the full cost of SAL that you paid for. So please specify if you want 14 count Aida, 16 count Aida, or 28 count linen, in whatever order of priority.
So if you like the 16 first, put 16. And if you would also be happy with the 14, you could put 16, 14.
Right.
We'll know what you mean.
We'll know what you mean. Yeah. Right. All right. And mist is spelled M-I-S-T. Yay. So good luck. Thank you so much for watching. Let's move on.
Awesome.
To your comments. We love reading your comments in our
I was
videos.
a bad girl.
You didn't read any?
I didn't read any comments.
Here, well, you can read the ones that I picked.
Okay.
So
I'm sure you picked good ones.
I picked 3, and one of them, the 4th one, is Betsy's that I already read for the winner. So
Right.
go ahead and read these 3 and just swipe.
Okay. So
what did you do?
I don't know. I
touched it.
touched something.
She touched it.
I know how to use my
Don't
phone.
touch anything.
Don't touch anything.
Okay.
Okay. Bad Mother Stitcher. Oh, I love
That's
that
funny.
handle. That's funny. I live in Kansas, and it's normal during the summer for our cars to read 120 right when we started up. Oh, my.
Oh, it's 120 degrees Fahrenheit, guys.
Wow, yeah. They do cool down just by a few degrees, but I feel you on the heat being horrible. Thankfully, this year it's still cool here, which is completely unlike our typical weather. Well, I'll tell you what, I got a sunshade for the front of my car, and it has saved my ass. So if you don't have one, I highly recommend getting one.
Yeah.
And covering the steering wheel. I have like a little furry thing that covers my steering wheel, so my hands don't burn. And I have seat covers on so my legs don't burn.
Right. Yeah.
But
Florida, it's a thing. If you wear shorts in the summer, you have to cover your car seats.
And I only wear shorts. Like all year
really.
round, pretty much.
Yeah.
I wear shorts and sandals.
And the visor also helps protect your dashboard from cracking in the heat, which happens in Florida a lot.
But I was doing a video with Riken out in the bee yard the other day, and my phone turned off.
Because it was too hot.
It overheated.
Yeah.
It got so hot, and we were only into like 15 minutes into the video.
Yep.
So we're thinking about me holding an umbrella.
Yeah, you have to shade your phone.
So go to the next comment. Okay, thank you. So Janet Long Island Stitcher. Oh, another good one. Beautiful stitching and everything else.
Love.
Oh, love your Mother's Day gifts. My name is Flores, which in English is flower. Yes, it is. And I love all of them. Take care and stay cool. Thanks, Janet. We're doing our best.
We're working on it. We're working on it.
And then Sonia Sunberg 2940 posted, I'm so excited to see the Santa table runner again. Looks great. Oh, thank you, Sonia. You'll like it. I've done a little more work on that.
So close.
I am getting there. Oh my God.
Thank you again for all of your lovely comments. We really appreciate them. I read everyone, and it just lifts my day. So thank you for
they're so supportive.
Contributing to the community.
Yeah, I love it. What's next on your agenda?
What's next is new Stitchy Stuff.
Oh, do you have new Stitchy
I
stuff?
do, but I've been talking a lot, so you go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm the big talker, so it's okay. Okay, so as usual, I have my Fabric of the Month Club, and both of them came in yesterday.
Oh.
So like talk about squeaking right under the wire. So to start with, I got my 18 count Aida cloth. The fabric is called Lake Lanier. This is the Witches Gardens Crafts Fabric of the Month Club. This is a nice dark fabric.
It is.
So there's a lot of stuff that is coming out that calls for dark fabric. So I'm glad that I'm getting this. And that's 18. And of course, with her, she always sends a little swatch.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah.
It's opalescent.
It's opalescent, so it's really pretty. I'll have to think about what I'm going to do with these. I'm starting to get quite a collection of those. And then not witches, sorry.
Bestitch Me?
Yeah, thanks. Bestitch Me Fabric of the Month. This one is called Aquarius. And this is 16 count. And look at how gorgeous that is, right? Wow. So I've got to go through and see if I want to change up my stitch count or my fabric types to see if I need more light colored as opposed to dark colored for future projects. But I really like these. And you'll see what I did with the little ones when we get to finishes.
Cool.
Yeah.
The little swatch samples.
Yeah, because I played. And then, of course, I got my
cool
Halloween edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And yeah.
There's a lot of good patterns in this issue, and there's a lot of designers from the Stitchers Collective that I also belong to in this issue.
And I actually already made one of these patterns,
Ooh.
Which you'll see when we get to the next section. So what did you get, new Stitchy Stuff?
So new Stitchy Stuff. I got 2 things. One of them isn't here yet. I joined the Fabric of the Month Club with, let's see, I didn't even write down the name of the supplier. Grace something. I'll find it. Anyway, but I purchased in June, and so I don't get the fabric until July. So when that comes in, oh, here it is, Grace Notes Fabrics. So when that comes in, I will share that, but I did pay for it. And then the other thing is I ordered some Cosmo floss. Cosmo floss is also 6-stranded cotton embroidery floss, but I wanted to try it out. I'm designing a pattern for Dyeing for Sass. You can check out our Instagram. So I ordered a bunch of Cosmo floss to stitch it with because I wanted it to be true and I wanted to try the floss. So I ordered, they have a blue pack and it's like 12 different blues. And then
pretty.
I ordered the black, white, and gray pack and it's like a bunch of those. And then I ordered some other colorful colors.
So how do you find the, for one thing, do the numbers match up with DMC?
No, they do not. Cosmo has their own number system.
Okay.
But they're a little bit softer than DMC. I also ordered, you want to try?
Yeah.
Oh, it's over. I don't have it.
They are a little softer.
I also ordered a metallic silver Cosmo floss, which I'm working with, and it is softer than DMC Light Effects and DMC Diamond.
How's the coverage?
The coverage is good. It's
Yeah.
about the same.
The same?
Yeah.
They look about the same as far as dimension.
Yeah, but it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit softer texture. And, you know, some designers, some stitchers say that it doesn't tangle as much as DMC.
I was going to ask you about that.
But I haven't found a difference in
No.
that. No.
I think the tangle really depends on the length that you cut your
I agree.
threads.
I think it's more that, and the needle that you're using, and the eye of the needle that you're using.
And the way you stitch. I mean, if you tend to twist your needle as you're stitching,
I do a quarter
you're going to
stitch
have to let it dangle and unravel
Yeah.
itself more often than other people.
I do a quarter turn every stitch, I believe, is what's happening.
Yeah.
So the metallic floss though is thicker coverage. I don't have it here. It's right over there, but it's thicker coverage than the DMC Light Effects and the DMC Diamond. I'm using one strand of the Cosmo metallic silver, and it's on 18 count, and it's covering nicely where normally I use 2 strands of the cotton floss on 18 count. So that's it. That's my new stitchy stuff for this month.
Okay then.
Yeah.
So are we on to finishes?
We are on to, I have no finish. Wait, I have a partial finish.
Well,
I don't know if it counts.
I have 2 fully.
Okay, let's do your fully finished.
So I'm gonna trump your partial finish.
All right.
With my fully finish.
All right.
So first off, I did blah 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 blah. Where is it? I just saw it. Oh, this pattern in the Just Cross Stitch magazine.
Oh, cool.
Because I saw it, and I know you can't really read it on here. It's called Memento Mori. And so it's like a throwback to the 1800s, or actually it was the 18th century, so it was the 1700s, when they used to say, this says Memento Mori, Memento Vivere, which means remember you die, so remember to live.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, live because you're going to die.
Yeah.
And they were really, I guess death was a large part of their life, so they were very aware of things dying. So they, you know, that was a popular theme then, which today kind of seems a little morbid, but, you know, that was then. And it's
by Donna Chavis of Stitch X Love.
Yes, and it's on page 19 of the. But here's what I did. I took 2 pieces of the little scraps from Witch's Gardens Crafts that were similar.
That's lovely.
And stitched it on there, and it worked up so fast. I finished it in one day, and then lined it with some purple felt because, and it's now a little stitch book and thread bed.
So how are you going to put the needles in? There's no
through
pages.
the felt.
You're just going to, okay.
Yeah, through the felt.
Okay.
Through the felt and the Aida. It's not going to.
It's very cute.
Not going to bother anything. Yeah, I mean, I could stitch another piece in here, and maybe I will, or maybe I'll stitch a little piece across the top that can hang,
right, yeah.
You know, for the needles. But I only really. I like to have like one of these in every one of my projects.
Yeah.
Because that way I don't put the needle on the needle minder because they fall off in the bag.
Or worse, leave it in your project and then it rusts. I get that.
Only if you put the project away for like a month.
No.
Yours does?
It'll rust even if I don't, because I wear off the cover on the needle really fast.
Because
I mean, at 5,000 stitches, I have to change my needle because it wears off the line.
It's got to be the oil on your fingers.
Yeah.
Ooh, she's very
and if I
acidic.
And what I used to do is I used to put the needle in the same place every time so that it would only rust in that area. I would put it in the top left corner every time and put it away. But I don't do that anymore. I put them in my little needle books.
You're not wrong, because I had to reframe one of my pieces one time.
Yep.
And when I took it out of the frame, there was a little margin.
Yeah.
And there's this 2 little rust spots in the
Where
margin.
do you think I learned it from?
Yeah, okay.
But now we use needle books, mini needle books. That's
just
adorable.
So cute.
And
So
you did not use the called for colors, clearly.
No, I just used whatever I had in my leftovers.
And it came out lovely. I just wanted to point that out for you, that it wasn't the called for colors, but it's
not exactly,
really
but it's close enough.
Yeah.
I used what I thought would look good on the fabric.
There's a lot of cute little Halloween
They
patterns
are.
in here.
Lots of cute little Halloween
Look at this
patterns.
skull in the bottle, you guys. That is really cool.
Right? So that's my first.
Oh my gosh,
finish.
that's the cutest bat I've ever seen.
Which one?
This bat.
Oh.
So cute. Look at those big eyes. Okay, moving on. Sorry.
Well, do you want to borrow that?
Yeah, well, I don't know if I'll have time to stitch any of it.
You're kind of in the middle.
I'm enjoying reading it,
yeah.
looking through it.
So I finished my bingo bag.
Yay! Oh my gosh. It's a monster.
It's to put all my daubers in, and I have 6
you
daubers.
lined it.
Well, I was talking to Mom, and I was like, I don't know if I want to line it. She says, well, you have to line it, because really, that's what's going to look like on the inside if you don't line it.
Who cares?
And then I was looking at somebody else crocheting a bag, and I went, because I don't really want to sew a lining.
Okay.
Because that means measurement and math and all that crap.
Oh, we're not mathing today.
I'm not mathing.
Okay.
So, and then I was like, and then what am I going to do? Stitch it with thread across the top? So I just said, oh, screw it. I can cross it. I can
line it with a
something.
bag.
So I just crocheted a lining, and it's a little loose, but I don't care.
This is adorable. So there's this 10 count plastic
And I tried
canvas?
to pick out one of the colors yarn that I already had that was on here.
Yes.
And so this is 7 to the inch canvas.
7. Okay.
And this is called, I think it's called a tent stitch. So it's not like
that's not a tent. That's a specific thing, but that's not called tent stitch.
Okay.
The little ones, the little rows in between, that's a tent stitch.
Well, the little rows in between, that's just plain old needlepoint stitch.
Needlepoint, right?
But the one in between is a needlepoint stitch. It's just where
there's
you don't
a name,
have to,
and I don't remember.
and it goes much faster. But anyway,
it does go fast.
This is my own design.
I love it.
So now
it's so big and colorful.
Yeah. So I don't have to worry about anybody walking off with my bingo bag when I go back to bingo, which, by the way, has been suspended because it's summer, and in Florida we don't have any seasonal people here, so they generally stop doing bingo during the summer.
Oh, really?
They'll pick up
because
again
of all the snowbirds, they leave.
They leave, right? So
losers, more winnings for you.
But they don't. But the thing of it is, they take the number of people that are there, and that's how they figure out the pot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not worth playing for $3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
Never mind.
Fair.
So those are my fully finishes.
Okay. Well, I have a partial finish, and I don't know if it counts as a finish or a whip, but I'm claiming it as a finish. So, I have a favor to ask of you.
What's that?
Can you go over there and grab the old temperature dragon? So I'm counting this as a finish because I finished the month of May, but here's the old one. So here's the temperature dragon. This is by Christie's Corner. This was January, February, March, and I started April. And I didn't like how it was coming out because I was using one color to cover 5 degrees, and it was not enough variation. So I cut this out, I salvaged the rest of the fabric, and I started over, and I managed to finish through May. So here's what the new temperature dragon looks like. It is much more color variation. So you've got January.
Pull it up.
I can't lean forward because I hurt my back.
I know.
So the nose is January. Can you pull back a little? There you
sorry.
go. The nose is January. The colored eye is February. Then you've got March is these two, I guess they're horns.
And then April.
And then April is here, and then this is May.
And
I did that's the Cosmo silver metallic floss that I did for the outline, and every day that it rained, I also outlined.
So it looks like
floss.
every single one is outlined because it rains.
Well, it rained a lot in March.
Every day.
It made a lot in March. So that's the new.
Cool.
So I'm calling it a semi-finish because I finished through May.
Well, you caught up.
Yeah,
more or
I
less.
caught up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot of time to stitch because I hurt my back, so I've been home. So yeah.
Mm.
So that's my semi-finish.
Which is why she can't lean forward.
Yes.
The only reason she's on today is good drugs.
Good drugs. Ibuprofen, guys. Ibuprofen.
Yeah, well, that's true. Not literal.
Right.
Anyway, so I have FO finishes, but not fully finished.
Okay, so finish.
I still have to,
FOs, but
I still
not
have to do something with it.
Right. Okay.
So you may recall the
Ooh,
clue.
you finished it.
The clue mystery box.
Oh my
Stitch
gosh,
along,
that's
whatever.
adorable.
Isn't it cute?
Yes.
It is cute, and I know you don't want to hold it up, so I'll hold it up with one arm.
I can hold it back here. I just can't hold it forward.
So clue is the design and floss are both by Forbidden Fiber Company. The fabric is 16 count sand dollar, which is by Bestitch Me. And I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it is really cute. But of course, I'm going to cut this part off so I have a whole nother project on that side. And maybe I'll cut this part off and make another needle book.
Maybe.
So that's that one. That is finished. I no longer have to stitch on it. And I think I signed it somewhere. Where did I put my initials and the date?
I don't see them. Did you forget to do that part?
I thought I did.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I put them where I can't see them. I've done that before. That's okay. It hasn't been put in the box yet. So we will see. And then I did finish Beehive Violets, which is on 14 count Aida called Lamb's Wool. And the Beehive Violets is a design by Nan Calera, Calera. And you see the little bee in the center? It's a little charm. It's so cute. This one has to be a needle book. It's beaded and it's got a little bee, so it's going to go with something else, but this will be the front. It's cute.
Find a felt that matches the purple flowers would be really pretty.
Oh, I have more of the purple felt that I used from the other one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole box of felt. That's not a problem. When felt was 25 cents a sheet, I bought like 100 sheets or something a long time ago. And then this is like a beginning, a whip, and a finish.
SAF, SAF, start and finish.
Too many vowels. Anyway, so this is the Spring Camper, which is the design is by Living on the Rainbow on Etsy, and it's on 18 count white. Basically,
it's not white. It's like
it's like oatmeal. Yeah, but it's just a DMC.
Yeah,
it isn't special fabric or anything. I just picked up some 18 count so I could do this, and you can see how tiny this is going to be.
Yes, it's a pin cushion.
Right. What you're supposed to do is like cut out some cardboard for each side, and then the top is left as is, and then so you put it together, and the top you're supposed to stick pins in it, and you're supposed to stuff it. And she gives really good directions, so I can definitely finish it. And I almost did before this floss tube, but then I thought, well, I'm gonna give that a minute to sit before I start on it again, because I wanted to do something else.
Yeah.
So those are my finishes.
Okay.
But not fully finished. But they will be fully finished.
Clap.
Yeah, at least the camper will be. Probably. I don't know what I'm going to do with the clue one yet.
Right.
I don't have a clue what to do with the clue.
I do that all the time. I just stitch stuff I like, and then I go, well, I'm going to finish this.
I like the stitching part.
Yeah, I do too.
That's my favorite. Yeah. I don't mind if I don't do anything with it. I'm perfectly okay. It doesn't make me feel guilty at all. Lots of things just sit in a pile in my craft room.
I don't feel guilty, but I like it. I want to display it, so I have to finish it for that. But
whips, go for it. I have like 8 whips, so you should probably.
So you saw first. The temperature dragon. This is the design when it's going to be done. This is what it looks like.
You mean that's what it looks like if you live somewhere where you have temperatures?
Well, I also changed the colorway. I excluded greens and dark reds because I don't like them. There's no yellow, green, or red in my...
You don't like green?
I do not. That's just me. So the colorway looks completely different from this, but this is what it's supposed to look like when it's done. And then the other one that I worked on that I can show you, that's not for, a secret till later. This is Tentacles by Ezo Studios. And that's what it's going to look like done. And I've been working on it here. I converted the blue to red tentacles. That's my string that I'm working at. That's where I'm at now. And from last time, I finished this tentacle and filled in the legs here, and then I'm filling in the butt cheek there.
Butt.
So yeah, making progress on that. That and the temperature dragon is the only whips I can show you.
Because the other ones are secrets.
The other ones, yeah, won't be released. So they're.
But isn't that considered a whip?
Oh yeah, sure. Well, this is done for me, but I wanted you to show yours first because I was going to show the next one.
Okay, then I'll move on.
Okay.
All right. So my whips, I actually worked on the beaded Santa.
Oh, cool.
Which has come from a kit, Mill Hill Holiday Ornaments 2 bead kit. And what it was is I totally gave up on using the bead filigree.
Oh yes,
thread.
The thread.
It's horrible. It's like beading. It's like sewing with fishing line. It's just so hard to work with.
Okay.
And so I gave that up, and so I've gotten that far on him.
It looks great,
which is not terrible.
Not at all.
Not terrible. I think I made a boo-boo, which is why I put it down.
Oh,
because when I make a mistake and I'm not taking out the beading.
I was gonna say, how do you even frog something like this?
Well, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is the next time I pick it up, I will have figured out how to hide my fuck up, and then I won't have to take it out. But I think he's gonna be really cute. And this is some kind of. Is this perforated paper?
That's perforated paper.
Yeah. So I did it.
Is that what came with it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
But you'll notice I did it right at the top.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to waste all of this.
Well, and perforated paper doesn't fray, so you can cut it really close.
I can use all this for something else.
You can.
I can. So yeah, that's me. And my next one is the Tarot Major Arcana, which I'm still stitching on. This whole pattern was a Sal like 2 years ago, and Witch's Gardens Craft released it, and I've been stitching on it, but everybody else is finished. And that's what it's supposed to look like when you're done.
Nice.
Which clearly not done. But that's the original frame, and I opted to do the other frame, but it is on Vanilla Latte
by Bestitch
Me, which is a 16 count, and I have finished 2 more of the cards. Nice. There, so I'm working on it. I'm doing about 2 cards at a time.
Okay,
which is what the other stitch alongs are doing. Who did I finish? I finished Death and Temperance, which are the 2 right there.
Okay,
and these are her
cats.
These are her design. Oh yeah, Temperance are 2 little cats, like a yin and yang kind of thing, which is really cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah, and Death is nice. He has his scythe,
right?
So you can tell who he's supposed to be. And then I also worked on Ever-Changing Seasons. This was my month to tackle crap I didn't want to tackle. That was my plan, to start finishing stuff. So Ever-Changing Seasons is by Elsa Williams, and it came in a kit. Is it a Dimensions kit? No, I don't remember. No. Anyway, it came in a kit. It was on the freebie table. I can't resist anything on the freebie table. But I did finish all of winter. And I have started what I think is spring, which is the next one over here. And this is the one that has the funky poem in the middle.
Right.
And I love all your suggestions. And what I've decided to do is finish it with no words and then see what poem might fit. Or if I like it with no words, because you know what? Blank space doesn't bother me. In winter, there's a lot of blank space. There's
a lot of snow.
Because you see snow and everything is, and to me, it's kind of peaceful looking, as long as I'm not in it.
It's minimalist, really, because you don't have a lot of color. It's all,
it's all
whited
space.
out with the snow.
Right. And, negative space is also...
it's restful for the eyes.
It's nice. So that's the winter. Then that's the spring. So, yeah, I've been working on that one.
It's nice.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Once I got past my whole, I did a stitch too much here, I did a stitch too little there. Because you know what? It's a background, it's a landscape. Who can tell?
Right.
I had to just let that go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, here we go. The Santa Table Runner, Pajama Santa. He's the last one that I'm doing. So he's number 10 of 10. And I I finished up the little cat in
Oh,
the corner, and I worked on the teddy bear, which is
So
next
you
to
did the
him.
back stitch on the cat already too.
I did the back
Okay.
stitch on the cat
Yeah.
because I wanted to get some sense of completion.
I understand.
And I also added a row somewhere here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm leaving this till the end so that I can figure out how I want to fudge
Pull it
where I
together.
added the row, because I'm not pulling it out.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to. So there's a lot of, there's a pretty strict design in the blanket. You're not going to be able to take it from out of here. You're going to have to take it from up here maybe.
I'm probably just going to add a row at the top, because I don't think from 3 feet away, my rule is if you can't tell from 3 feet away, then don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. If you're interested, here's all the rest of them. And as far as I know, they're all still available. So a couple of them I found on eBay, but I think a lot of places are still carrying most of these. She did release 12 of them.
Did you say it was Sue Hillis design?
I did,
you
but
did.
yeah, it is Sue Hillis Designs.
Mm.
And a lot of them come with a little charm. This one did not.
Okay.
So when I finish, I have to go find charms for the ones that didn't have a charm.
What are you going to do for this one? Like a crescent moon, maybe?
Well, it does have maybe a star, because there's a star up there,
Yeah.
and a star is going to be easy for me to find.
Okay.
I might even have one
Okay.
already. But they're little gold charms that they come with, and they usually have something to do with the picture.
Or maybe a teddy
and
bear.
so I, being a Virgo, I have to have, everyone must have a charm.
They got to be the same. They got to be the same. It's a rule.
I'm not going to have some with charms and some without.
It's a Virgo rule.
That will make me crazy. So yeah, I will
Definitely
find.
a type A situation.
It's a me problem. I know. That's okay. And then I also worked on the sword stitch along from Witch's Gardens Crafts. So these are the first 2 that she released. Hang on a second. Working on that.
Oh,
There's
nice.
my sword.
Okay.
So I did release, I think it's the King and Queen.
And the queen has butterfly.
Butterfly wings. Yep.
Interesting.
Isn't
for
that
air.
cute? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In her interpretation of tarot, the swords are air, which is not always the same in everybody's. Some have the swords as fire.
Really?
And the rods as air.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm familiar with, but okay.
Whatever
Well,
works. Whatever works.
doesn't really
you
matter.
know? No. But I think they're really pretty. So
Yeah.
she's releasing 2 cards a month. And these were the cards for June, because that just kind of started. So I don't have a finished picture for that one, because it's coming.
Oh, right, because it's still ongoing.
Right. Oh, and I'm sorry. The fabric is Lunar by Bestitch Me. So pretty.
It is pretty.
So pretty. And then this is apparently the Witch's Gardens Crafts Hour. This is another one of hers.
Usual.
This is another one of hers. This is the Light Goddess Stitch Along, which I have finished. Of course, June's were Celine and Caradwin, which are these 2 over here.
Oh, pretty.
And those were the ones for June. And I've done a little more on the frame down here in anticipation of the ones that are going to be released.
July.
Yeah, which is just like in a couple of days.
So this is half over now.
This is, I think there's only one more row,
Oh,
because
so
I
it's
panicked
12.
because
I
you
thought it
see it. I did it this way instead of
12, yeah.
this way.
Oh.
And then I panicked, and then I had to look it up and go, oh, no. I looked at the
So
frame.
it's
There's
12.
only one more row.
Yeah, okay.
Otherwise, I would have been like shooting myself, because I would have done my usual dipshit thing, which is where I measure the material out and then started in the wrong
sideways.
corner. Yes.
I've never done that.
No, have you? And the material is Stonehenge by Bestitch
Oh,
Me.
nice. Yes.
So you can
Okay.
see that there's some good use for darker fabrics.
Especially
and this
with
is
the
also
frame being so
16 count.
Yeah.
So I'm doing
Okay.
all of hers in 16 count, because I want them all to kind of match. And
Yeah.
someday these will all be displayed.
Right. You're going to do all of them. There's going to be 5 tarot.
Right.
And I think I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that she does a light and a dark god.
Which means there'll be
Just
4 of
Four
those
of
as
those,
well.
Yeah.
So I will just take down all the other pictures in my living room. There
Why
won't be room for anything else. And then this is the haunted house. Oh, I have the picture for this one.
Oh, good.
I had pulled up. Yep. That's what the haunted house looked like. This was a Starlight Stitchery box. And
It's huge.
it is. And each room is a different designer. And that's what it looks like That's what the finish looks like. And I've been working, this is on 14 count Aida Ghostly, which means it's big.
It is rather large.
It's really big. And I finished this, which I believe is the bathroom with all the noxious green,
funny.
right?
The toilet in the tub.
And then I'm working on, I think, the bedroom, which is all done in black and red.
That's
for the evil bedroom. Yes.
Yeah.
And I put in a little more. I started to do the roof last month, and then I ran out of that color.
Oh,
so I had to, trip to the
another trip
store.
to the store.
I'm going to have to just like bone up on all of the colors. It uses a lot of 2, 4, 5, and 6, and so I'm having to buy. But it's really coming along nicely.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
It's cute. It's adorable, and I think I've decided to make it into a pillow.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds nice
when it's finished. But wait, there's more. Are you tired yet? Because I am.
Why are you leaning over like that?
Sorry. Ghostly's by Starlight Alchemy, but the it comes with some of the floss. The specialty floss is by Forbidden Fiber Company.
Oh, it came as with the box. Yeah.
Some of it came, like the green is a specialty floss.
Okay.
So some of the floss is specialty
variegated
stuff.
Okay.
And there's one of the ghosty flosses is also, that's what's in these 2 rooms. And then we get to the pièce de résistance, which is the Vote As If Sal.
Yay!
I finished the one that was just released. It was released yesterday? The 3rd?
Friday.
Well,
Friday the 28th.
Yeah. So that I got done in one day.
Woo-hoo.
So yeah, and then I'm bated breath waiting for the next
Here's
one.
the next one, which comes out. This video will be coming out on Friday, the July 5th.
Okay.
And the next one is Vote As If Your Friend is a Missing Indigenous Woman. And so you've got a little more of that yellow coming in.
Aha.
So that is part 5. Woohoo! I had to fold it so you didn't get too much of a sneaky peek of the other ones. Yay!
And of course, the fabric is missed by Witches Gardens Crafts. And the floss, if you bought the specialty floss, which you don't have to because there's DMC equivalents in the pattern, but the floss is by Dying for Sass. And she has a special Vote floss holder too, which is really cool. Very, very cool.
All right. That's it for
Deep
whips,
breath.
right?
I know.
Good job. Wow, you've been stitching. I've been stitching too, but mostly on just one thing. This took me forever.
Well, you redid it.
But I'm loving it.
You started from scratch again.
I started from zero.
So that's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, my plan last month was to finish a couple things, which I did. I finished the Beehive Violets and I finished the Clue.
Okay.
And then to tackle some that I had not worked on in a while. So that was the Ever-Changing Seasons and the Beaded Santa, which I had put into timeout.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I guess. Oh, and I wanted to start the Springtime Camper, which I did.
Yeah,
and finished. It only took me 2 days.
Yeah.
And you know what I used on the Springtime Camper?
Small.
It is tiny, and it's 1 thread on 18 count, which I kind of like because I like to be able to actually see that it's stitched. The Vote As If, I'm doing 2 threads on 18 count, so you get a tighter, fuller coverage. But I want to do the other campers.
Yeah.
I want to do all 4 of them now because they're just so cute. And it worked up really, really fast. And I just use leftovers. Like these kits that I get, I save the yarn and I wind it on the yucky cardboard bobbins.
Oh, yeah.
And then I just look through my stash. Oh, I need a red. That one looks good. Oh, I need an orange. That one looks good. And the only time I really worry about it is I'm going to do ombre if I have to blend something.
Yeah.
Then I pay more attention. But I look at how much is in the pattern. Do I look like I have enough? Yeah, fine. Use it up.
Lots of people do that. They stitch their own colors.
Use it up.
Something wrong with that. And if you bought the thread pack from Dying for Sass for the Vote As If stitch along, there's a lot of extra floss. She gives you the same amount of floss for all the colors, even though all the colors don't use the same amount of floss in the pattern, so you end up with a lot of extra. So you can stitch, 2-3 more projects with that stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome.
I have plans for that.
Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Well, my plans are I want to finish Tentacles by Ezo Studios. It's a lot of black and shiny white hiney there. maybe June on the dragon, temperature dragon, but I might put that one away for a little bit because it's kind of, it's kind of a lot. And then I'm thinking about picking up stuff that I haven't worked on in a while. Like it's summertime, so I'm in the mood to do Halloween stuff. So I might pick up my elegant pumpkins, or maybe finally finish the Primitive Tarot Notions book by Wild Violet.
Oh yeah,
because I did all the stitching and I started to put it together, and then I just put it away.
And I made the needle book and never finished that. Yeah, I need to finish
it's that time of year. I'm in the mood for the the Halloween stitchy stuff.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, it's fine.
And you know what? If you're like me and you're not into just the paper part, I also get the digital.
Oh yeah,
I have a digital copy too.
I would probably only get the digital.
You would probably only get the digital, but my husband bought me this.
Yeah,
he subscription. He's old school. He likes actual magazines,
right?
Which is fine because that means I can flip through it while I'm watching TV, and I'm not sitting there on my tablet looking at it. But it does mean that I will download it to my tablet when I go to stitch a pattern on it. I notice how you put that over next to you.
I just put it down in front of me because I can't reach right now.
I think she really wants to borrow it. That's what I think.
I might. I don't know. I have a lot I've already started stitching on. So
yeah, Elegant Pumpkins is a big project.
Yeah, but I only have one pumpkin left on that.
Really? That could be done this year.
It could be.
That would be cool.
And then I would stitch part 2. It's a pair. I like having the set.
This is true.
That is definitely a type A personality.
Definitely true.
So finally, we come to the part of the Flosstube where this year, 2024, is an election year in the United States. So we're talking a little bit about American politics. If you followed along this far and you'd like to go, thank you very much for joining us.
And we don't blame you.
And we'll see you in the next Flosstube. But the vote as if Sal, oops, sorry, I touched my microphone. The part that came out last week was vote as if your parents need medical care. So I just wanted to talk about that for a little bit. The difference between the administrations we're choosing from. Yes, we are choosing between another Trump administration and the current Biden administration. Any other candidate, it's not realistic. They're not going to win. That's how our politics works right now, and it's too late to change it for this election. So if you're not happy with either one, I get it. However, one administration is working towards alleviating some of the costs of healthcare. The Biden administration has already reduced the cost of insulin to $35 for anyone on Medicare.
And they've also reduced costs on other drugs.
10 generic drugs that they've been able to negotiate with the pharmacy industry. So, and they're adding more every year. That's huge. Biden has promised to reduce the cost of insulin to $35 for everyone, not just seniors. And he's expanding the American, what is it called? The ADA? No. Yeah. Obamacare.
Okay. The Affordability Act.
No, I don't think that's what it's called. Darn it, I forget the official name.
It was the Affordability Act.
But it's basically, was it?
Yeah. ADA is American Disability Act.
Yeah,
right.
It's basically Obamacare, and he's working to expand that to make health insurance more affordable. And he's been able, I think it was 8 million more people are insured now than they were during the Trump administration.
And I know some of them.
And it doesn't just decrease the cost for the people who are getting the insurance. It decreased the cost of insurance for all of us who have private insurance, because more people covered means fewer emergency room visits, which is extremely costly. And a lot of those aren't paid for by those patients at all if they don't have insurance. What happens is the rest of us pay higher premiums so that the hospitals and other healthcare organizations can recuperate their costs and their bottom lines. So we all pay for that. So the fact that they're expanding the health insurance market is really beneficial to everyone, even if you're not in that market. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also, Trump wants to abolish Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security,
which I paid into all my freaking life.
My whole life. And
now you want to take it away? Just when I'm going to start using it? Oh, hell no.
Here's the thing. You may have heard him say both of those things. Oh, I'm going to preserve Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security, or I'm going to abolish them. You got to pay attention to what he does and not what he says. if you look at his platform and you look at Project 2025, which is the conservative platform that he's modeled his campaign after, they want to get rid of all of that because it's considered big government. So there is a difference. There is a difference. And I don't care if they have Biden swearing the oath of office from a stretcher on a ventilator machine. I will vote for the Biden administration over the Trump administration, no matter what happens.
Because the policies are
policies
more in line
matter.
with my values.
The policies matter.
Absolutely.
And it's scary what Trump wants to do. So that's my that's my soapbox for this.
You know my hot button is every time they call it an entitlement. It's like, no, it's not an entitlement.
Right.
You're just giving me back my own freaking money that I paid in.
It's essentially a Ponzi scheme.
Yes.
We're paying for seniors now, and future workers will pay when we are seniors.
Yeah, except there won't be future workers. Well, maybe that's why they got rid of abortion. Maybe they're counting on there being more future workers.
It turns out that's not how that works.
Nope.
When you don't have safe and legal abortions, people are afraid to get pregnant and they're not having babies.
Right.
So.
That's exactly how it
That's
works.
a different conversation.
Well, we already had that conversation.
Oh, many.
See last month.
Right, previous Flosstubes. So that's, unless you have anything to add about healthcare.
No, nothing that I care to say publicly or can be published.
And I just want to reiterate something that I said, I think in the previous Flosstube about voting, is in order for Biden to pass the legislation that his administration believes is helpful for Americans, is you need to vote for Democrats down ticket. You need to vote for the national seats like Senate and the House of Representatives. You need to vote for your state seats to be Democrat, right on down through find out the judges and dog catcher. Like it needs to be blue from top to bottom, because if he doesn't have a Congress with a Democrat majority, it's going to make it extremely difficult for him to pass anything.
Right, they're just going to have to do everything.
He's going to do pieces of it through oh God, I can't even remember. I can't even think. My back hurts so much. When the president writes, it's not a decree.
Executive order.
Thank you.
I looked it up.
Okay,
back on track.
If Biden doesn't have a Democratic Senate and Congress, he's going to try to enact his policies. At first, he goes try to be bipartisan, but so far the MAGAs have said we would rather burn it all down than work with Democrats, and so he's been doing as much as he can through executive orders, and that is very limited. And it's easy for the Supreme Court, which now has a 6-3 conservative bias, to strike it down. And so we need to give him the tools that he needs to pass the legislation that will help all of us. And so that's why I say you need to vote Democrat from top to bottom, or else nothing will change. It'll all be locked up again.
And if Trump gets in power, face it, he won't leave. He won't leave.
He won't leave voluntarily.
No.
He will have to be removed, and that's going to be very difficult.
Messy and dangerous.
Yeah, he'll find excuses. I'll amend the Constitution to allow for a third term again.
He'll make himself a king.
Yeah,
that's his plan.
Right.
He already thinks he's so narcissistic. Don't get me started. Oh my God.
So in terms of healthcare, if that is an issue that is close to your heart, you need to vote Democrats top to bottom. Anyway, I think that's it from His Soapbox for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Until next time,
Stitch on.